You only have two options. This is easy. You're using a bow, projectile damage sounds good, right? Just don't zoom out. Okay, so we all know the size of the passive skill tree is a meme. This is the largest skill tree you have ever seen. Where the heck do you start? First, let's try and understand the different types of nodes. Travel nodes are required to move to any other nodes you might want to spec into for your character. When activated, you can pick an attribute, strength, dexterity, or intelligence, and get 5 points for it. You'll find yourself traveling to clusters or groups of nodes that consist of passives and notables. Passives generally have a smaller increase in the stat, while notables can have a larger stat increase, multiple stat increases, or a completely unique effect. Don't confuse notables for keystones. These are larger nodes, generally disconnected from clusters, that change the way a mechanic works for a trade-off. Think of them as unique gear, but on the skill tree. So, just like unique gear, read those carefully before speccing into them. To know where exactly to go on the tree, it helps to take note of its patterns. Generally, strength-related nodes will be southwest, dexterity will be southeast, and intelligence will be north. The class you picked at the start determines your starting position on the tree. If you picked sorceress, you're up on the north side. Besides that, just like how any class can use any weapon, any class can spec into any node on the tree. Just remember, speccing to the opposite end of where you started will cost a lot of travel nodes. At a glance, you might notice that similar passives have the same icon. For example, all of the shown passives below relate to fire. Also, notice how the shape of some clusters can be a good sign of its contents. Notice how that one is shaped like a fireball. Besides just memorizing the tree's content and its patterns, how else can we overcome it? My number one suggestion for tackling Path of Exile skill tree will always be to use the search bar. Look at the tags at the top of the skills you use and put them, one at a time, in the search bar. Fire, lightning, melee, chaos, projectile. Whatever you type will be highlighted and easy to see. If you want to path to a cluster on the edge of the tree, try creating a path that hits as many useful clusters to your build as possible. If you're worried about making a mistake, just go for it anyway. During Act 1, you unlock a vendor who can respec your tree for pretty cheap. This game rewards experimenting. Try some nodes on the tree, respec if it doesn't quite work out, repeat. It's also worth mentioning that defensive nodes are just as important as offensive nodes on the tree. While getting max elemental resistances is highly recommended, that's just your build's baseline. Other defensive layers might include, but not be limited to, beefing up your core defensive stat, armor, evasion, or energy shield, life leech, deflection, life regeneration, or block chance. You could even find more creative measures to make yourself bulky, like buffing curses to have a more powerful enfeeble, reducing your foe's damage. Get creative. Experiment. Also notice how most nodes in the skill tree give a percentage increase in stats rather than raw additions. The passive skill tree multiplies the numbers provided by your gear. If your gear does not provide a stat, like life leech for example, speccing it into the tree will likely do nothing. Remember, gear is just as important as the tree. They scale off each other. While searching, you might notice that some nodes look a little funky. These might be jewel sockets. They're spread across the entire tree and can be specced into just like any other node. In these you can insert a jewel you'll probably find as loot. Think of it as a custom notable node. Keep in mind you can upgrade your jewels with orbs to add up to 4 affixes, 2 suffixes, and 2 prefixes. The color of the jewel indicates what type of stats you'll likely see. Red jewels have strength-related stats, green dexterity, and blue intelligence. Hopefully these tips give you some ideas to jumpstart your character. If you have any other tips that I didn't mention, check out the comment section, and be sure to subscribe for more Path of Exile 2 content.